Yo,
you turned it into a straight up like edgy anime protagonist over there.
Yeah,
Sure you okay?
really,
You need a hug, bro?
he's in his devil gin phase.
I would give you a
What?
people like us shouldn't exist.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. People like us shouldn't
Pathetic.
exist.
Have you seen the memes about that? It's already amazing.
I have not, but that's
the one with LTG.
No, I have seen that one. That one's pretty funny too.
That one's good.
That sounds amazing.
Oh. Where was the one that
I just saw the
Right.
the Chad / Rage comic face, where like the kind of like cringe face was like people like on shouldn't face, and like Chad Kazuya's like pathetic. It's
here. This is there's one I saw. This one.
Oh damn. Dude, Matt's hitting me with some homework now.
Yeah. All of them are funny.
I also saw this one.
I just want to see them team up to Yeah, that's pretty funny. I just want to see Kazuya and Jin team up to fight evil John. Can we get Zombie John back? Is that a thing that we can get?
I mean, technically, that's already been a thing.
Really? I don't know my Tekken lore then. Damn.
Well, technically, pushes glasses to nose. Jun, I think, was the boss of Tekken Tag 1. Hold on.
So you're gonna use Tekken Tag, which is a non-canon.
Yes, I am.
Tekken.
Yes, that's true.
So it hasn't been done.
I mean,
God damn.
They could bring it back.
Pushes glasses to nose for realsies.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
Actually.
Exactly. I was waiting. I knew he was gonna bring up Tag, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna shoot this down real quick.
Why? Thank you, sir.
I loaded that. I loaded that shit on. I was like, yep. All right, cool. We're gonna.
People like us shouldn't exist. Oh damn it, dude! It's like freaking the 2D characters.
So you did actually do the homework and watch the Tekken 8 trailer, right? Because like this has been like meme. This is like meme to existence now in Tekken lore. Like everyone's making fun of this.
Oh damn! Is that Viscant? Oh yeah, it's Viscant, and then it's
dude,
low tier god and Viscant.
Retro FGC.
Such pathetic words.
Yeah,
bitch.
So that's what blows my mind to me is there are so many eras of FGC now. Like it's like, do people even remember this meme anymore? Because this is what like this will be pre 2016, right? Because this would be pre SF5. So like 16ers don't know. The 16ers are old at this point.
Listen. I don't know what you're going on about.
Can you stop talking about old?
Yeah.
I mean, we're old. The sooner we accept it, the better we'll feel about it.
I'm not old. You're old.
I'm not old. Yeah, you're old.
Yeah, you're old.
Do I look old? Does your
back hurt when you wake up in the morning? You're old.
Do I look old? No, my back does not hurt when I wake up in the morning.
Yo, what's up, Tommy Killswitch? How you doing, man?
With my youth.
Yeah.
Yo, Bobcat, how you doing, man? How was the stream, man? It looks like you just got done. Or I don't know if you are done, but yeah, man. Much appreciated for stopping by.
With the extra quintessence I'm carrying around in my stomach, my back does hurt. I wake up in the morning.
He carried around quintessence for 9 months.
Yeah. Yikes, dude.
I carry around 2 quintessences every day.
You shouldn't even exist.
Yeah.
Soon I won't.
But yeah, yo.
On like a cosmic scale?
I will listen, I wanna be upfront about this. Because as soon as you mentioned watching the Tekken 8 trailer, I remembered that I didn't watch the Gundam the Gundam thing.
You didn't watch the Gundam thing?
I forgot all about it. I was like sitting... Yeah.
To be fair, I watched only 5 minutes of it. So I'm right there.
Oh my god, you guys are trash.
It was 25 minutes. I'm like, I ain't got no 25 minutes.
Oh, a single episode?
I thought it was a trailer, not a whole episode.
I said it was an episode. I said it was one episode, a singular episode. I ask one thing.
I wasn't.
Jesus Christ, boys. Whatever.
Look,
When I saw prologue, I thought sub 5 minutes. Surely.
All right, well, cut it then.
Listen,
I'm not just only talking about it. That's
you
a
can
waste of my
talk
fucking
about
time.
it. We just didn't watch the rest of it. You could explain it
No,
to us.
I'm not actually.
We'll listen.
I'm not going to talk about it.
I'll listen to you explain it.
No, I'm actually pissed.
Damn rip.
I always watch you guys' shit. I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
whatever.
we didn't. I didn't know it was a whole episode. If someone had explained that it was a whole episode,
Literally told you it was an episode.
I wasn't even there for the meeting.
I want to make a formal apology, contestants. I am so sorry that I forgot. And I'm not being sarcastic.
Damn,
I really
this
mean
doesn't
that.
happen often. You got to save this.
I apologize for not watching your Gundam thing. I intended to watch it. But I just forgot all about it.
What's the one backlog apology to British pound exchange rate? Because I mean, there's got to be a person there.
Hold on. What are you talking about?
God save the king, Matt. God save the king.
Oh my god. But yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Well, yo, hey, did you guys happen to see the trailer for Street Fighter 6?
Yep.
Which one?
Well, there's a couple. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a couple. Yeah, there's
a lot.
I've seen all of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch things.
Oh,
did you even watch the secret
man.
What?
Bro.
Fuck you, August.
Wait,
hey,
what?
I got 5
Mad
minutes.
At least apologized.
5 minutes is better than 0 minutes, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's a functionally 0.
It's not. It's more than none. Less than.
Okay, what was the story?
Robots.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think he's on. I think he's on to something.
That's what I fucking thought.
What's that great meme? It's like, yeah, that was on me. I set the bar too
low. Okay, so, there's a lot going on here, and I'm actually kind of wondering, really quick. I want to know
why is there a lot going on? What happened in the gaming world that caused a lot to be going on?
Well, with Street Fighter 6 in particular.
No, with all the gaming news. Why is there so much gaming news this week?
Oh, because you're talking about we had TGS.
We've had a drought, and we had TGS.
Yes.
We had TGS. We had the Nintendo Direct.
Yes.
A whole lot of influx of gaming news coming in.
Yep.
But in particular, there was a lot dropped on Street Fighter 6 altogether because we had a character trailer showing all the leaked characters. We had
a straight up Capcom little conference within the TGS just about Street Fighter 6 also.
Yeah. Yep. And
we had a lot. We had people being flown into secret locations to try the beta, or the demo, and then there's actually an official beta announcement for next month too.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't yet, definitely you should apply to said beta, because it's gonna fill up fast. I mean,
I think they crashed the website in the first day, so
yeah.
I must have got in right before the crash.
But so with the first trailer that had come out was oh no, OBS Studio disconnected. Just happened.
Rip.
Hold on. Your live stream. What? It the live stream got canceled due to guidelines on TikTok. What the hell? Hold on a second. How did we mess up the guidelines?
For showing the Street Fighter?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Did they think I have one of those oh fuck, I can't say it.
Is it because we said fuck?
No, probably not. You know those dirty anime shirts with the faces? My shirt kind of looks like that, even though it's just patterned. So.
Your live violated community guidelines virtual policy. Your account is suspended from going live until the 21st.
Nice.
It doesn't say.
Cool.
It doesn't say. It just says
good system.
Well, no, TikTok has been is very fickle.
Was it for swearing?
I don't think so.
Because I see people swear on TikTok all the time, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, well, somebody must have come in and reported us.
For what?
I don't know.
Talking bad about TikTok?
No.
We didn't talk bad about TikTok. Anyways, whatever.
It doesn't.
I guess.
It doesn't matter. Either way, man, what
Nothing
the
you
hell?
can do about it.
Um,
Random as shit.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot dropped for Street Fighter 6. We had like, I just want to start with like the single player content. You know, they had like the World Tour. You know, the battle. I'm sorry, the single player like beat 'em up style. They had like a teacher student training mode. What did you
I saw the tutorial.
There was a bunch of modes we could go through and talk about them.
What did you guys overall think of the trailer themselves? Like, what really caught your eye?
What mostly caught my eye was probably the actual character customization for
cool.
like the World Hub mode. It seems like they actually went pretty damn hard on that.
Yeah. People on Kappa were making like Street Fighter Deception memes because it's one of the first games since Mortal Kombat to really try like a crazy, super involved I don't even know what to call it. It's not an arcade mode. It's not a Mortal Kombat story mode. It's just like a campaign almost. Like
it's looking like a full single player experience.
Yeah, and it's the first time that's been tried in, I think, in a couple generations of fighting games, to be quite honest. Since Mortal Kombat tried it years ago.
Which is weird, because a lot of games are literally cutting out single-player content for multiplayer content. And meanwhile, the FGC is like, actually, let's just add more single-player content.
Honestly, I fucks with it. Like, this is kind of what I've been wanting for a while. Like, if you were gonna call me and tell me a couple years ago that SF6 would have a mode that's like Shaman, I can't say it right. Shenmue. Combined with Street Fighter, I'd be like, nah, you're lying to me. But then I'd be like, that'd actually be kind of dope though. And if that's what we're getting, that would actually be kind of dope though.
So we don't know too terribly much about it, right? We just saw like some little fragments.
I'm pretty fucking hyped. I mean, even if this just has a couple beat 'em up levels where I do weird beat 'em up shit, I'm hyped. That sounds awesome.
I'm kind of
like, personally, I'm annoyed.
So I don't know. I'm excited. This looks fun. I haven't done it. I haven't had fun playing a single player story mode in a fighting game in a long ass time. So, yeah, I'm ready.
Out of curiosity, like what? So you said that the game that they haven't been using, you know, custom characters for a while, but we have Soul Calibur 6. And like, it seems like this game is going to take a lot of inspiration from Soul Calibur's custom creation. You know, even to the point of like using character, you know, it's like Soul of Mitsurugi. You know, you use Mitsurugi's fighting style with your OC's like clothing, or you know, like the faces that you can make, like, you know, when you start the match or whatever. But I mean, it really seems like they're taking like little blips from great fighting games and really putting it.
They're going big on like making you feel like an individual instead of just like a member of the flock.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
it's you saw did you guys see the whole rival thing? Like they released a picture of the character day. Like there's the campaign, you're gonna have like a rival character that you're trying to like fight against and be better than the whole mode. So it sounds like
you saw him in the tutorial video.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's like a fully fleshed out kind of like story-based campaign, which is why they obviously want to give you a custom character.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, we also saw that we can take our character and then that's our avatar in like their little online arcade
Battle
section.
Hub,
and I'm like, God damn it. That means I actually have to do work and get cool shit for my art character to look decent in the online mode.
You mean the Arxie's Battle Lounge mode?
Yeah, basically.
Well, is that why you were saying? Because I wanted to come back to it. You said you were frustrated or mad about about that. Was that what you were mad about?
Yeah, I was annoyed by it. I was like, damn it, now I actually have to do the single player content. Because I don't care about single player content in my fighting game.
Oh damn!
No,
Like,
I do.
Like that's just me personally. Like I'd rather just get in there and like fight other people because that's what fighting games are for me. Just fighting others.
Yeah.
So the single player is just like an extra obstacle for me.
Out of curiosity, like now that we can kind of customize moves and movesets, if you could combine a character's moveset like specials, whose specials would you move like combined into one character? Like what would you spec out your character with?
Rose and M Bison back together again.
Cammy's lockdown combined with Zangief's grab game.
Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I would want a fireball, but that's me. I think
I'd want Ryu combined with Chun-Li.
But Cammy has an anti-fireball, so it's good enough.
She's anti-air fireball. Oh, you're talking about the cannon spike?
No, she can go out under fireballs and through fireballs with the cannon spike.
Oh, and the hooligan.
Yep.
So wait, so that's such a weird combination. Why would you want Chun-Li? Is it because they're two of your favorite characters? Is that why?
I'm waiting for that kid, baby. I'm waiting for that Ryu
Oh my
to
god!
finally pay off, bro.
You're like Steve
gotta
from your
happen.
video games.
I've been waiting for like 15 years. It's gonna happen.
I feel like they just don't really have any synergy though.
Nah, dude.
Like your two moveset choices.
No, they would love each other. It doesn't happen.
I mean, that's fine, right? But
we all know that Ryu is a lifelong virgin, and he's just gonna
that's why he's so powerful.
He's holding out for the right battle. You know what I'm saying?
He hits it so hard the women can't handle it. You just gotta move on.
I mean, it makes sense.
That's why he has like his pure form.
Yeah,
it's his virginity form.
It's
virginity.
Great virginity, powered by virginity.
That's where the real power of the Satsui no Hodo comes.
That's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, no,
that's why Ken is so much more trash than Ryu all the time.
Well, I mean,
he has a wife.
Well, how do you explain Akuma though? Like, why did he turn evil? Is it did he
Has
become...
Akuma gotten laid canonically? Do we know?
Well, okay. So the theory is that Akuma is actually Ryu's dad.
I know, but I don't think that's ever been proven. I honestly think Akuma is just a dude.
In some storylines, supposedly, but I mean, who cares? But yeah, for me,
you're saying, hold on. You're saying Akuma studied at the Kazuya School of Parenting?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Basically sacrificed him to the wilderness. But I think, well, no, because he was left outside on like a monk's like a monastery. That's right. I mean, I guess he's a little bit nicer. But
it'd be closer to the Heihachi School of Parenting. Kazuyu's honestly like he's a deadbeat dad, but at least he left him with his mom. He's not absolute trash.
Yeah.
Heihachi's more the absolute like, wow, you're actively terrible.
Yeah, he's a terrible dad. So I think for me, the character I would make is I would probably make I would definitely want a fireball. I would want, oh man, there's so much stuff I would add. Like, I think it would turn into basically Akuma with a command grab. I think that's what would wind up happening.
There do need to be more dynamic grapplers. I'm always disappointed the game type of agile but still a grappler is always kind of gone from fighting games. Like, I think that needs to come back.
Which I think is
at its core, that's kind of a broken like archetype.
Yeah.
Because grapplers innately have like a bunch of damage. They get in and they usually just win. Like grapplers' challenge is actually like getting in and getting through. So like if you have a fast grappler, you just have like an innately extremely strong character.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Because they can easily get in and then they just kick your shit.
I've always found it an interesting archetype to both watch and see. Like, I know people thought playing against Elfuerte was cancer, but he was awesome to watch. Same with Mika.
Okay, yeah, but
Peppa died.
Well, Mika's not very fast.
Or Mika?
I mean, she's got a lot more mobility.
Fuerte is definitely fast. Fuerte just gets in there.
Does
and
anybody
then ruins
remember
your entire life.
when our Miko was like top tier, like S tier?
Yeah, when she
Street
had the
Fighter
fucking
5?
working Irish whip and it could just bounce you off fucking mid screen. Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, she had like tons of mix ups off of her V trigger.
They fixed that.
Yeah, and the booty. They nerfed her booty too. Like
They did. They're like,
Yeah.
you can't use this outfit in tournament anymore.
you want to
Stop.
hear something that I don't want to get suspended on TikTok, but there was like there was
Yeah,
Huh?
there was somebody who went into, because I have like video footage from the beta of Street Fighter 5 and I have it up on my YouTube channel.
Nice.
And somebody went through and literally like timestamped all the parts where Armika like slapped your butt. Or it was like really weird. Like I went through, like clicked it, it was like he's just timestamped. Anyway, man, like somebody finding like the most like obscure
criminally
culture.
thirsty.
Yes,
But
exactly.
still, I want you to link me that video.
But still,
so I can check it.
absolutely. I think it's actually on my other YouTube channel.
Link it so I can avoid it. Honestly.
All right, I absolutely.
The backlog after dark. The backlog XXX.
But yeah, man, there was some more here on Street Fighter 6.
Okay, so what is everyone's favorite thing about the new trailers? Because we got the character roster reveal, which it already been leaked, but I mean, we got to see it. We got the little opening movie.
Yep.
I'm a little disappointed because I'm like, that's a cool opening cinematic, but if we're talking about opening movies, like the SF4 one was better with the SF4 song. I can't remember what it was.
Indestructible.
Indestructible, yeah, that was sick. The SF5 one, I don't even remember it, but I swear it had some cool opening thing. Like, this is a cool little, like, I don't know. I liked the video. It was hyping me up, but it wasn't like it was hyping me up as much as a song would. You know what I mean? So I was like, I get it. Like, but I want a song too. I want something that's a little bit more hype. But it was
a little
neat.
more meaty.
But yeah, I mean, so I don't know. What did you guys think of the opening cinematic stuff? And then what did you guys think of the battle modes and the other stuff they revealed? Some of the stuff is actually cool that they showed off. Like the whole like frame training mode system, that is going to be sick. That's like the best frame training mode thing I've seen since Skullgirls. That honestly might be the new standard for like showing
it's
how frames
way
work.
better than Skullgirls.
Is it better than Tekken 7? Like punishment training?
Way better than Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's free? I heard it's free.
I didn't even
I heard
see
it actually just comes with the game.
You talk about all the frame data? Whoa, so
Yeah.
it's what you're saying, it's like a NetherRealms game where they actually give you the frame data.
No.
It's not even that to just give you the frame data, it's they have a whole interface to show you how the frame data
they have like
works.
a bar that like moves along and across, and you can like see like your full whiff frames, you can see like the full hit frames, all of
you can see
it,
when your opponent
everything.
can punish you. It's very, very cool. It's very, very comprehensive. So like this is like I'm mad. So the thing about it is I do have to understand that like video games are international now.
Yeah.
These games come from Japan. Therefore, TGS would be a big priority for them. But it's like, man, I wish we'd just gotten this stuff at EVO. Because this is the best fighting game news almost we've had all year. I mean, yes, we got the announcements of everything getting rolled back at EVO. That was very cool. But I mean, this is actually like the meatiest news we've gotten in a while. The Tekken reveal at EVO was a nothing burger. This is actually a Tekken 8 reveal. I wasn't even sure if we were getting a Tekken 8. I thought we might have been getting a Tekken reboot.
Are we moving on to Tekken 8 right now?
No. I just like what is your favorite? Let's just kind of ADDing everywhere.
It's all good.
What is your favorite thing about the Street Fighter news? Because there was actually a lot there.
This is probably the best presentation for a fighting game I think I've ever seen.
Yes.
And period.
And I'm not going to say I forgive them for Street Fighter 5, but it just makes you realize how little Street Fighter 5 actually had, and even now still has, compared to this game. Like, this game feels like they're like, yeah, let's make a game. Not just like a fighting experience, but a game. Like, Street Fighter 5 feels like it's like the most, like, bare budget, we have no money. Let's still try to make a Street Fighter game, though. We don't really have an idea, just make some characters and we'll go from there. You know what I mean? Whereas this feels like a polished system. There's like a complete game design to the system. They're
Yep.
starting to add cool new modes that we haven't had in a while. Like this feels like an actual experience in a whole game rather than just like esports Fighter 5. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Well, Street Fighter 5 is very like corporate, very safe. Very
It's the worst.
just
It's the most
focused
egregious.
in.
The most
It
egregious
was-
example of it.
I mean, the biggest example is we never got to leave the grid. Every single competitive match on the damn grid.
Oh my
And
god.
unfortunately, the grid's back.
No, look,
But-
the grid's a good
But
thing.
maybe the stages will be
Yeah.
cool enough, but still functional.
I love how like they like if you're playing online, it's only the grid. If you're not playing online, it's like 50-50 between the grid. Like it was originally it was just a grid, and then they finally figured out the weird like frame shit, and they're like, well, we have to show off that there are other stages to this game, so people will play this game. But no one actually cares. So every now and then you get a different stage. But yeah, I mean, like the other problem with SF5 is the background stages all look like shit anyway. So it was like, were you even getting something if you looked at them?
I mean, I
you're
kind of like
getting
the
not
beach
grid.
stage.
No.
I kind of like
But,
the beach
it
stage.
was that whole game was just like it just felt so bare bones. And even in the end, when Ono left, and like left is a strong word. I think they might have kicked him to the curb. I don't know how the internal politics were. And the game started opening up its design choice. It was like, yes, this game is getting better, but you can't really save what this game would be. You know what I mean? Like you weren't gonna fix 3 or 4 years of bad will.
Right.
And that's what sucks about 5, because like if you could have given me like I'm happy most of this stuff was saved for 6, because that way it's a whole new experience. But like if they just tried a little harder for 5, you know what I mean? Or like give it like there's so much. I didn't want this to become a Street Fighter 5 bitch fest, but like now that I'm thinking about it, there's so much content for 5 they just left on the table that it still blows my mind. Like
It's literally all Ono's fault. He
yeah,
shot down everything.
Yeah, no, it
So,
probably was.
whatever.
But I mean, like, think about it. So if you play the arcade mode, which most people have never touched, I thought it
Mhm.
was a great idea. I watched a full playthrough of it. I never got around to playing it myself, but I did want to. Just like after seeing it, it's like why? But the cool stuff about it is like all of the dolls in that game are made characters. They could have been finished characters that were actually playable with a couple more moves in their movesets. You could have had free DLC right there. The models are rendered. Half of the moves are done. Like you could have had a dolls DLC pack. That would have got you some goodwill. You could have had like a bunch of DLC packs based on stuff that happens in story mode. Hell, you could have had like story mode DLC and just add on small little side stories.
Yeah.
But no, like their budget hit a wall when they realized that, oh yeah, everyone hates our game now because we botched this launch so bad.
Well,
and it's just shit like that.
But they still supported it. Hello?
Yeah.
I mean, we got characters and we got costumes. The two things that they know will make money. But
yeah,
like,
that's how business works.
Yeah, Chun-Li.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they wanted more than just money, if they wanted goodwill, which gets people to invest in their game and want to be around for the next one and want to support this one or want to support the esports scene,
Mhm.
maybe even want to pay into the Capcom Pro Tour, then they needed good PR. And they just did a shit job with that the entire time of 5. Like Rookit Gate. I mean, there's so many whiffs there. There's so many PR. Just like this is real bad, guys. We shouldn't have done this.
I mean, I think you're okay. So
Sounds like you're biased.
there is already like Cammy is going to be DLC. She's going to be DLC, and they've already announced her. Like she was leaked. There were characters that leaked. They're going to be DLC. They're already. Like they already exist, you know.
Yeah, no,
I'm talking
wasn't
about 5.
Cammy
I'm
on
talking
the
about
full
5.
picture of the roster?
I'm talking about 5.
For
I'm talking about
6?
6.
Oh yeah, we're talking about 6. Like what I'm saying is like
I was bitching about 5 still.
oh
Oh,
6
that's
is great.
nice.
No,
This
he
is the
plays
6
about
podcast.
yeah, we're talking about Street Fighter 6, buddy.
No.
Like you're going
I'm-
deep,
I'm still holding a grudge.
right?
That's nice. I'm not. I've moved on.
The eternal grudge.
I think 5 ended up being a fine game at the end, and it gets a lot of shit, but it really did pull things back.
I'm still infuriated that we never got the dolls as playable characters. Yes, there are mods to do it.
We didn't need the dolls as playable characters.
I mean,
There's
there's
the dolls as playable characters.
I get what he's saying.
They're already rendered in the game. Why aren't there playable characters?
The roster's already so big. Why would you make it even bigger?
Well, I mean, we
Like
didn't even get the cap rate, did we?
No, we didn't
No,
get any of the dolls.
and like the cap rate was in the game, and
Yes,
like
all of the dolls are in the game.
that's what I'm saying is like at least be a palette swap, you know. I mean that would be fine, but yeah, man. So what did you guys think of like the what is it, the extreme mode? Does it seems like they're
I thought
really
it was
trying.
dumb. All right.
I think
really-
it's gonna be dumb because it's not gonna be dumb enough.
I ain't here for like these dumbass little party games. All right.
I love it. I think it's not gonna give me the level of stupid options I want. It's not gonna let me turn the game into beat 'em up Fighter 6, and I want to be able to do that.
What do you mean? It's literally the single player
seen beat 'em up.
content is going to be beat 'em up.
Yeah,
It's-
we've
it's-
never
I
really
know.
seen the beat 'em up.
I know, but like until I can like turn the screen into basically a beat 'em up,
Mhm.
like I don't know if I'm gonna be happy with the amount of bullshit I can add to the screen.
I mean, that's actually one thing that I would say that I'm especially happy about is the fact that not only are they adding all these new modes, but they're also paying homage to the older games like Final Fight. And you know, because that's never going to get a standalone game ever again.
No.
Why?
It's
Last
just
one do really, really bad.
they've no. It's just that. Well, actually, yes, the last one did. It was
there it is.
Streetwise on the PS2, but yeah, they basically said that there'll never be a single Final Fight there, but there'll be like, you know, they might release like a HD version of it, but Final Fight's gonna always live on through Street Fighter. And speaking of which, did you guys
At least
know?
it has a way to live on.
Yeah, right. I mean, did you guys notice that they're adding in retro cabinets inside the hub? So
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
So they're adding like you can play Final Fight like it like you know inside the
Okay, that's-
arcade.
That's sick as fuck.
Oh, that's
Arcade
neat.
hub?
That's neat.
They have like Street Fighter 2. They're said that they're gonna be adding more games to it too. And what I'm wondering is what if they add online to those arcade cabinets? So like, you know, you can
It would have to
play
be online. They are
well,
online.
what do you mean?
Like is the Battle Hub online? It's non-local, so you
Well,
would
what I'm-
already be playing against people.
Well, I don't know exactly how that works.
Yeah, we don't have much information on it.
It wasn't
No, fair
shown. It wasn't shown to have two people sitting down and playing together. It was only shown one person in an empty room playing
Oh, got it,
classic
got it.
Street Fighter 2.
Got it.
So, and they've announced too that they're going to be adding in those retro games.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's neat.
So that would be sick. And I think I saw someone trying to explain that in one of the threads. I just didn't understand it because I didn't see the part you saw with the like old school cabs in the little battle hub. If
Yep.
they do that and have like emulation of a lot of the old Capcom games with
Yep.
online, that would be I don't even know. That would be insane.
I think that would
like,
alienate people that bought the Capcom collection. But
whatever,
I'm-
fuck those.
I
Fuck those
mean,
people.
like, like first of all,
Staying as someone who bought it, fuck those people.
yeah, right. Oh wait,
Uh,
so there are people playing in the I don't know if you saw, but there are people playing in the actual cabinet in the room in this one here. So like he's sitting down in a room full of people playing Final Fight. But
yeah,
yeah,
but there's not a person on like the other side. for
right,
example.
yeah. I mean, I think it would be fine if Final Fight had online.
Yeah.
Or like some of the Street Fighter 2, because let's face it, Street Fighter 2 is literally on everything and has online and multiple different games. So it's not like it matters, but still,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see what you're saying.
imagine if they had the like whole like Capcom arcade collection in there.
Yeah.
Not to mention like Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha. That'd be really sick. You know what I'd want, and this isn't gonna happen, but it would be really cool, is if in that extra battle mode, they let you actually change the rules of Street Fighter 6 to be more like those games. So like we're gonna play with Street Fighter 2 rules. So there's some chip damage. We're gonna play with Street Fighter 4 rules. So there's like, you know, other weird shit. You know what I mean? It'd be cool if like you could use the existing game system, but like play in a way that mimics older games.
Yep.
I think that'd be really cool.
So real quick, does anybody have like any final thoughts that they want to shout out before we move on to Tekken 8?
I thought it's neat how they've basically redesigned Blanca. Blanca seems to have a lot more options now, and seems like a far more interesting character. I'm a fan of that because I've always liked Blanca's like aesthetics, but I've never cared much for his gameplay.
There was some great memes about him throwing out the little Blanca Chan doll, and it was like, "Go out, young one, and control the neutral."
Dude,
Yeah,
supposedly
he's
people are
over here playing Guilty Gear, and everyone else is playing Street Fighter.
supposedly
Blanca's the new Faust.
supposedly people are saying that Blanca's not going to be a charge character anymore. He's
I can see that.
He's actually going to be motions for his fireballs. I mean, obviously everything's more simplistic in this too. Like, just like I just want to put a cap on
I
this.
prefer to have no charge characters, to be brutally honest.
I was gonna say that. I'm like, in 2022, do we need charge characters?
Guile needs to be a charge character.
He might be
Does
one of the
he?
few though. Just chop. Like,
He
you know what I
does.
mean?
If Guile is not a charge character, he's broken.
Yeah, well, you can adjust for that though.
Yeah, you
Well-
can make it so you can only throw out a fireball every time his hair is like.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
then
that's
but
the
then
little
you would
power.
be kind of getting into like the whole Grand Blue Fantasy where it's like there's like a meter probably. But anyway, I don't know the logistics of that.
Possibly.
But anyway, like just to put a cap on this. Thinking back to how many things they've added to this game and how many like nuances they had, this is probably the most beginner friendly, most like content packed fighting game that has ever existed. I'm just gonna say that. Ever. Like they're Capcom is doing an amazing job. Personally, I think that single player content's gonna suck. Like I think it's gonna be bad.
I totally agree.
So like that's what I'm saying. Has that ever been done well? It's always like even when it's been fun, it's been bad.
Yeah.
Like, even the Mortal Kombat ones, like the Deceptions or the Armageddons or the like weird like Mortal Kombat single player games
Mhm.
with
The
like
crypt stuff.
yeah, not even that. The like wasn't there like 2 Mortal Kombat single player games on the PlayStation? Or Xbox?
There's Shaolin Monks, and then there's Sub-Zero.
Mythologies.
Yeah.
Shaolin Monks.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
And, like,
also what the hell is it like Spec Ops or something like that, or
Yeah.
for the PS1.
So,
Something like that.
I was like,
Jackson.
even when those games were kind of fun, they were also bad.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like, even when it's fun, it's been bad.
No, I
But,
mean,
like,
I think Injustice and MK11 did a perfect job at making a single player
Decent.
game.
I would say decent.
No, I really
they
they told
were
a good
serviceable.
story. They told a good story, and
The story
I
was
enjoyed
great.
it. I enjoyed it.
I mean, the story.
MK11's story is just like popcorn-rific, right? Like you're just watching like, oh, this is some cool shit.
Yeah. So I know we want to keep going on this, but we got to get to this Tekken 8 stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'll try it. If it's like Shenmue mixed with Street Fighter, I'll try it.
absolutely.
You don't play games though.
Yeah, you don't play games. It's not a
I
thing.
mean,
Yeah.
I could.
He's over here talking about how excited he is for the single player, and I'm just like, he's not even gonna play it.
He gonna
He's
play.
not even
He's
play
gonna watch
Street
somebody else
Fighter
play.
6. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It might get a whole 20 minutes out of me. That's more than a lot of other games.
what was your impressions of Tekken 8, guys? I gotta know.
It's gorgeous. It's one of the best looking fighting games I've ever seen. Like the aesthetic is just, it's perfect for like the semi-realistic that they're going for.
Yep.
I don't know. My jaw dropped basically when I saw like Kazuya talking.
So, am I the
Insane.
only one who kind of like how Tekken 7? It's not how Tekken 7 looked. I'll put it this way: Tekken 8 looks prettier. I hate the weird like hype shit they do for it less.
Mhm.
Like I didn't like the weird cinematic slowdowns. I didn't like how it like turned into like cutscenes. I'm hoping that's not part of the game.
Oh
except
no,
for,
that's
like,
that's all story embellishment. This is a cut. This is a cut from the story mode, and they
Yeah.
actually said like on a little interview that this doesn't represent how the actual game
Yeah.
plays.
Yeah.
Like there's elements of the actual game in there, but they've also used like camera angles and stuff to accentuate movements.
'Cause I really liked how
Sorry,
Tekken
guys.
7 does all its like hype shit. Like I like how the slowdowns work. I like how the camera angles work in it. I like the distance of the camera to the characters. This whole
Yeah.
Tekken 8 cinematic shit had all different shit, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the characters are actually kind of far back. I'm not fucking with it as hard. I mean, it could be good, but I really like. I thought like Tekken 7, other than a lot of the technical stuff outside how it looks, was kind of the perfect like viewing angle and way to play Tekken.
Yep.
And I don't know if I want anything to change for 8. You know what I mean? I might not like it as much. So we'll see.
I mean, with the actual like gameplay that we see, like when Jin's doing like his little 3-hit combo there, you actually see like how you're going to see the game. And then it shifts into like the more cinematic things that they want for the story mode.
It definitely, I think that a certain amount of this, especially like the counter hit stuff and maybe like the whip like I don't know, some of the whip punishes or I think it would look pretty cool. I mean, obviously it still is cinematic, but like toned down for sure. Tone it down. I mean,
it definitely seemed like trying too hard. I'd agree with that.
I don't know if I don't think it's trying too hard. I think it's just trying to show off. Look, this is beautiful. Okay, this is really what it's like. Yo, it's flexing. That's really all it is. It's like flexing their engine. But I don't think it's trying too hard.
Street Fighter did the same thing with flexing. So like they're both just like trying to one up each other and showing off like, man, look how baller our fucking game is, dude.
I mean, I don't think that. Oh, you don't like the lightning?
No, I liked it. I thought the lightning was nice. Again, it was like, I liked it. Everything looked pretty. Water effects look pretty. Lighting effects look pretty. I just didn't like the slow down, weird cinematic-y stuff they did. But
that's already kind of
that's not real stuff.
Tekken 7, but
I like it in Tekken 7. I didn't like it here.
You know what I did notice too is like I thought they had nerfed Jin's hair, but in fact
they buffed it.
No, in fact it was just really good attention to detail because his hair is wet.
Oh,
because of the because it's raining out. But yeah, it was like really cool attention to detail, I think. But he does look a little bit smaller than he did in Tekken 7, but also I think the camera is further away in this game than
a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely further away. I don't know why there's so much space behind them, but again, it could be more cinematic reasons. It looks like
if you're really watching, you can see like in the background as like the tanker kind of like breaks and stuff like that in the storm. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Bandai Namco has always been really, really good at, making interesting like backgrounds. Like I could say that I could go back to Soul Calibur 5 and the stages still look great. Like, and this one looks somewhat inspired by it. And also another cool detail about the trailer too is you notice how in it is trying to parallel the battle between Heihachi and in symbolically speaking, like they're not in a volcano. It's raining, right? It's like water. Before it was like lava. Like they know that they're trying to do something a little bit different. And then, there's lightning and electrics and things like that. I don't know. I think it's really, chef's kiss. Like, I think it's going to be great. But I think what's going to make the difference here is like, how are they going to top what Street Fighter 6? Because now it's exciting because now we have competition. We have two great fighting game companies. And now Tekken has the opportunity to be like, oh fuck, we got to do something about Street Fighter 6, and so we got to make some interesting like content to combat it. Yo, August, we can do it, man.
Yeah, no, I am just kind of
get off your phone, bro.
You got me. No,
I have one worry.
What's that?
Visibility. I think we might have some stages, like if we get like that end arena like stage that it seems like they're kind of setting up there for like the story mode, I worry about like actual like visibility like in the fight. Like being able to actually see what's proper going on with some of these stages. I think they might be a little too noisy. Actually, and that'll end up distracting from like the actual
dude. That's why we have the grid. You know, it's perfect for you.
Just do
that's
Smash
not why
solution.
we have the grid.
Do the Smash solution. You just give them like a player 1 and player 2 icon.
Yeah.
Above their heads.
Well, they already
that's
do
not what
that.
I'm talking about. Hello, I'm talking about you're watching like someone like crouch dash in with like a hell sweep or some shit, and you just won't really be able to see them because there's like all this rain and lightning and coming down and wind.
And mind you,
I think there might be some visibility issues.
And mind you,
some stages.
We had said it before. We think it's further back for cinematic reasons, but it's really just Namco Bandai just flexing. Like, look at our stages, look at our characters, look at these cinematics. Like, look at how great this game looks. Because Tekken 7 looks a little bit dated. Still looks good, but still it's a little bit dated. And that's, to me, that's all I really see. But I can definitely see what you're saying. Like, that's a valid
some of these crazy effects that like really obscure like the match.
Yeah, I think it'll wind up being
hopefully
close.
It won't be that bad, but we won't know until we get to play it.
We
won't.
The only reason I believe that it's going to be a little bit different is because of like there's way too much room, like in terms of like drawing, like how do I put it, in terms of like camp cinematics. You never want to have too much space between things. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you always want some sort of like you want something to fill up that. It would just look off if they did it that way.
Talk about like design theory of like having not too much negative space.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like it's kind of common sense stuff. Like at least when you start editing videos, there's sort of like there's a point where it's like you don't want too much space. You want something always kind of keeping your attention. But yeah, or you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I think we should move on here quick. But did anybody have anything else they wanted to throw out there before we move on to the rest of TGS?
I just want rollback to be more than 3. Just more good characters.
Well, we don't know anything about the netcode for Tekken 8. Nothing's been confirmed in that department.
Like literally, I saw like an interview with Harada, or like popped up in my feed. I'm like, I don't want to hear anything that man has to say. I just want to play the game.
Well, that's weird because he always has a bunch of important stuff to say.
I mean, but he's also
one super cool thing I think that will push Tekken 8 ahead of Street Fighter 6. Yeah, in the long run.
What's that?
Is Tekken 8 is exclusively next gen. Street Fighter 6 is still supporting the older consoles.
I think that's the smarter idea, personally. But go on.
Yeah, but I think like visually and like performance wise, Tekken's actually going to end up moving ahead a bit of Street Fighter because they only are focusing on the next gen technology. Yeah, they don't have to worry about can the PlayStation 4 do this?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I mean, personally, I think they need to remake Tekken 7 for the PS5. They need to remake the whole thing from the ground up.
So it doesn't look like an arcade game from 2015.
Yeah, right. Okay. So I'm thinking right here. I want to put out some feelers. Now we have a couple of options here. We could go over the rest of what things on TGS, but we could also throw out some feelers and say, hey, look, if you're watching the podcast right now and you want to come on and talk about Tekken 7 or Street Fighter 6, now's the time to kind of do it. The Discord, the podcast Discord is open. Like if you guys are a part of it, feel free to hop on and say hi. But I think until then, we can kind of like go over a little bit of TGS. Did anybody? I mean, I don't know if anybody has a problem with that, or you think we should just keep trucking.
No, we could just keep waiting.
Sure, why not?
See if anyone pops up.
Yeah, but like anybody watching, you want to jump on, as long as you're part of the Discord, you can join, and we can talk about Tekken 8 / Street Fighter 6. But anyway, so with TGS, right? We had a bunch of new announcements. Oh, you down, Breezels? All right, man. Why don't you feel free to...
Oh, Breezels is alive.
Yeah, man. You want to pop on and talk a little bit about Street Fighter 6? You can kind of mention it, and then...
Or anything. I mean...
Anything,
This was a huge week in terms of game reveals. We had a Nintendo Direct that had like 50 million things announced. We had TGS. Wulong is getting a demo that's like starting right now.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of shit.
I'm still a little blown away by the fact that Ni no Kuni is getting a remaster. Like, what? Can I ask you guys something? What is
Which
it
one,
about?
the first one?
Yes,
The first one?
The Wrath of the
Oh,
White
cool.
Witch. Right,
No.
that's the first one. What is
Did it already get a remaster? It already got a remaster.
I thought it got a re-release.
It says here remaster.
I thought it already got one.
Yo, Breezels, are you able to turn on your camera, or are you gonna pass?
Let me go like make my bed so it doesn't look like I live like a complete slob. So I'll be right back.
Well, all right, we'll talk.
Look at my stuff. I live like a slob.
All right,
That's why I have my camera above my bed, so no one can see that I live.
So yeah, I was a little blown away by Ni no Kuni because like they keep pushing that, man, and I don't understand what the attraction is to that game. I'm not
Decent games.
I'm not saying they're
if
bad.
People like anime. That game is hella anime.
Tell me more.
And it's a decent RPG. So I mean, people combine that. It's an anime cutesy RPG that a lot of people like. I don't know if there's more to it than that.
I mean, there isn't.
Other
than like having a solid little story.
Yeah, but
it's just a fine
guys,
game.
We're gonna be able to play fucking GoldenEye online.
Yay!
That's right. I forgot all about that. Dude,
Man,
you know what?
People are gonna be having some rose-tinted glasses smashed
whoa,
on the ground.
Whoa.
What do you mean? I can throw the hat. I've always wanted to throw the hat.
Listen to me.
Oh, I forgot I had that like effect on.
It looks sick. Keep it, dude.
It controls like ass.
It's vaporwave as fuck.
It plays like ass.
Yo,
GoldenEye has not aged fantastically.
I would argue against that because, okay, let me ask you. The last time you played GoldenEye, how did you play it?
On a controller?
Did you play it?
Nintendo 64.
You played it on an N64. Okay, so
Yes.
I would disagree. Okay, so here's the problem. Modern people who play modern shooters do not like GoldenEye. They hate it.
No,
they hate it.
Well,
they
I've
hate
played both, right? So
yeah, I know. They hate the proto shooter. They hate the boomer shooters. They don't like them.
the beginning.
But that's like if without the boomer shooters, without GoldenEye, without Quake, without Doom, we would never have like the Call of Duties
or the Apexes, or the Fortnites.
I agree.
That's all fine and dandy, but if you're trying to say that GoldenEye hasn't aged like milk, then you're crazy.
I think it's aged perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I like GoldenEye specifically now just because of how busted it actually is, because it's a new way for me to play it.
Okay, so like other than you could say like, well, I don't like GoldenEye, but you could say, hey, the speedrunning kicks ass. GoldenEye speedrunning is really cool.
It's interesting.
I feel like am I alone on this? Does anybody watch GoldenEye speedrunning?
I watch GoldenEye speedruns, but if the new version, has like the thing about GoldenEye is that the frame rate just drops so much because of things that happen on the screen. And that really does like affect time in like the speedrunning context. So it's a lot of you're looking down on the ground like so much. Just
90% of GoldenEye speedruns, you're just staring at the fucking corner as you're going.
Yeah, I like, but I
just hoping for a damn.
If you don't see it, it doesn't happen.
I like that stuff.
No, it's still happening. And sometimes like a foot will come on the screen, like, damn, I just lost like 4 FPS. That's like a second off my time. I'm just restarting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The magic of speedrunning.
Yo,
but like seriously, like why aren't we talking about the fact that like pretty much every big game on the N64, with the exception of Donkey Kong 64, which I think we'll get eventually, that people wanted, we're now getting on the N64 Switch expansion. We got 1080.
Cool.
We got Pokemon, whatever. We got Pokemon
Snap.
Stadium 1 and 2. I think we're gonna head Snap. But we're getting Pokemon. We're getting Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 with online play, which are all great fucking party games. I would argue better than Mario Party. But we're also getting Mario Party 1 through 3.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you on that. I think
Really?
Pokemon Stadium is a better party game than Mario Party.
I don't like
But the
Mario Party.
problem with
I like the Mario
Pokemon Stadium is 90% of the fun of Pokemon Stadium came from you taking your fucking cart, popping that bitch in, and using your Pokemon.
Having your own Pokemon.
I like the minigames.
Yeah.
Minigames are dope.
No, the
Minigames are the other 10% of the
top
fun.
tier. Minigames are top tier.
50% of the 50%
No.
of the higher fun.
Dude, I had a
Those
friend.
minigames are some of the best minigames on the N64.
I had a friend.
I mean, the minigames are fire. Don't get me wrong.
I had a friend who would literally he grew up growing up. He never had an N64. I had an N64 with Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Right. He would come over to visit from Florida, and it was like mandatory that we had to play Pokemon Stadium.
Good ass minigames.
There was because of the mini games, because of the I mean, say what you want about the battle system because it's busted. I don't know if you guys know about the Pokemon Stadium battle stats. So
it's just
I know a little.
stats.
I know enough about it.
So the
Gen
actual
1 stats are just broken as fuck.
The starters, like the first evolution of each Pokemon is stronger than the last evolution of them. Because they have all of the best moves for whatever reason.
That's how they balanced it for modes where you could pick all of the Pokemon.
Right.
Which is why using your own Pokemon was just better. Using
it's just more fun.
Your own Game Boy.
A lot of the movesets just sucked on
they did
the pre-gen Pokemon. It's just like, oh, this Pokemon is actually worthless dog shit because it doesn't have this move, this move, this move.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that like the fact that we're getting all of those games is awesome. Local play, awesome.
No, that's cool.
The same experience as before. The fact that we're getting online play with all of them,
makes it even better.
Like
that's a sell for me.
The expansion pack is still way overpriced, though.
Like
it is.
A year. Like, don't get me wrong, but before I was like,
it's closing the gap. It's closing the gap.
$50 a year, not worth it. With all the Mario parties, all of the Pokemon stadiums, 1080, already had F-Zero, already had Snap. It's getting real close to being worth it for me. I mean, compared to how much
nobody's coming on there to play fucking Mario Party 2.
I mean,
you call up your homies. That's what Discord's for.
What?
Nah, they're all playing Mario Party 1 or 3.
Wait, Breezels.
Two's the redheaded stepchild.
Wasn't like the there like a lawsuit about the hand spinning on the N64 controller?
Yeah.
Nintendo had to settle a lawsuit because let me grab my N64 controller.
Right? Yeah.
So there are a lot of mini games in Mario Party where you had to rotate.
Yep.
You had to rotate the control stick a lot to replicate a spinning motion. Like you're on a bicycle or some shit. You were on bicycles in Mario Party 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone just kind of did it like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that was the only way to guarantee that your, rotations would get read fast enough in time. Because, 7-year-olds like me couldn't spin the control stick fast enough to fucking light that fucking light bulb, and so Boo wouldn't kill you.
That's terrible for your finger too, though.
Yeah, it's not great. That would counts up your fingers too, and people don't remember is that the control stick is just a piece of hard plastic. There's no rubber tap to it at all.
So someone was making the joke that, yes, of course,
Nintendo had to provide fingerless gaming gloves. So that's
So someone was making a joke that a Joy-Con would never stand up to that punishment. And
it wouldn't.
It's all a scam by big Joy-Cons to sell more Joy-Cons.
The thing is the Nintendo 64 controllers also didn't stand up to that punishment.
They didn't stand. They don't even stand up to Smash 64.
I mean, the good thing
I remember
about
long sessions of Smash 64, and I'd look at my thumb as just like this indent ring, like
Dude, I did that
nearly
on I did that
bloody,
on a
and I'm like,
GameCube
oh,
controller. I did that on a
alright.
GameCube controller with Melee. Like the GameCube controller, the
How?
Nintendo controllers never have enough padding.
The Nintendo controllers have
Their
no padding. It's
their
just
padding came off so easily too.
Nintendo 64 is just hard plastic that could literally just cut.
Yeah,
And
no,
plus,
I'm
like
jumping out of
it's
the
it's recentered with a piece of like a rubber band. That's
Oh,
how it
that, yeah.
recenters.
Yeah.
So if I had my other N64 controller here,
So,
yeah, I got
heard-
some
like-
loosey
all right,
goosey
here it
ones.
yeah,
I heard
it gets a
I
little loosey goosey, little loosey goosey.
yeah,
It doesn't
Yeah.
recenter very well.
unfortunately, it fucks with the.
I have
dead
one that
zone.
doesn't recenter at all. It
That's
just
way
like,
too
flops
common.
over
That
to
is way
this
too
side.
common.
The dead zone on those things are ridiculous. So the thing is like obviously you lose reaction time. I mean, the only thing I can say is that with modern day retro gamers, with the amazing retro gaming community, is that people have made plenty of cheap,
Alternatives, yeah.
alternatives that
Yeah.
you can actually fix. Like all you have to do is unscrew it, take it apart, and then just it literally just plugs straight into it, and then there you go. You have your dead
Yeah.
zone back. It's like a brand new controller. But
Yeah.
And,
But
and
yeah.
it's like a padded stick too. It's not
It
like
is a padded stick.
a thing that'll just cut your thumb open.
I mean,
For the N64, that's sick.
And
Yeah.
if you want to stay au natural, like the parts to fix the controller are available.
yeah. I mean,
No,
I personally wouldn't want to do that, but yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if
would-
you're a professional Smash 64 player, you have to do that after every tournament.
Break the target.
Yeah. Rip Bozo.
I was online the other day, and just technology's like, it's funny how far gamers will go just to fix technology to make it so it doesn't suck.
Mhm.
Like I was on Amazon the other day, and someone's already selling driftless Joy-Con replacements for the Steam Deck using like Hall effect sensors, and I'm like, man, they're just
yeah.
just to make sure people don't encounter the same problems they tormented them in other games.
August, I know you don't have your Steam Deck yet, but I will say
I
this.
have it. I haven't set it up yet.
Look,
Yeah, I got it like a week ago.
the joysticks on those things are garbage. Like
I've heard that.
they're not like they feel good, like they're centered and everything, but the rubber padding is so bad it literally tears up your thumbs while you're playing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna put caps on it. I'm like going through the Amazon list to be like, okay, what have people bought before? What are the best accessories? But, I'll fix it up.
Yo,
But
so
what were you gonna say?
I was actually gonna ask Breezel, since we've only got we don't have much time left. I wanted to hear his opinions and thoughts on Street Fighter and even Tekken 8.
All right, so Street Fighter 6, I'm going to from everything I've seen about it, it's going to be like the most degenerate Street Fighter game like we've ever seen in our lives.
Degenerate?
But in a good way. Look, we're going to have to live in a reality where Dawson can combo off his long-range normals from
that's
God,
PS3.
right.
Oh, I
We have-
saw
we
it
have
in
to
the
live
video
with
and
that.
cried.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw it and cried. I'm
And
like, no,
that-
why
and,
is he
but
bounce?
there-
No,
but
why is he
Capcom's
following up?
Let me finish, Quintessence. But Capcom's response to that is that everybody gets to do something like that. So it's going to be fun. Street Fighter
Yeah.
6 is going to be an incredibly fun fighting game. It looks like it has a lot of content, like day one, the exact opposite of Street Fighter 5, which is good.
Yep.
Which is good. Fighting games need to be more complete experiences and more like actual
Preach.
like video game qualities that
Preach.
we're kind of used to.
Preach for $60. Preach.
Yeah, for $60, it has to do that. It needs to be more than just playing against other people, because you know what? You're not always going to have that other person to play with.
Yep. Yeah. I mean,
So, in Street Fighter 6 it looks cool. I'm waiting to see the Zangief trailer to see what the hell he does, and then
No,
everyone's
please.
going to be like,
Green
"You're
hat.
a
Green
motherfucker, Breezels."
Green hat.
Dude,
Green hat.
Dude, it's gonna be some crazy, like you just press fucking medium kick, his long range poke, drive cancel, go in, SPD's guaranteed. I'm like, what?
yo, bring back.
I mean,
the
did
mix
you
up
see
is
Ken's
guaranteed.
new stance? He gets an overhead or a low, just like this instant overhead
He
or
gets
instant
to
low.
side
It's like,
switch out of the
okay.
corner if he wants to.
But who knows?
Ken
Who
looks
knows?
nuts.
Who knows how much of that will actually stick after the beta? Because
Oh, that'll stick.
I've got to say, look, hey, I've got to say that like with Street Fighter V, I'm hesitant to say what will stick because after the beta, so much stuff got nerfed. So much stuff got
after
changed.
the beta, a bunch of stuff did get nerfed, but
That's
I think
fair.
that
you know what?
I think
A
that
lot
was
of
fine.
stuff was broken in like the Guilty Gear Strive beta, and a lot of that stuff did stick.
Mm.
A
Soul.
lot of that stuff did
Soul's
stick.
entire kit.
Soul's entire kit. They actually, the only character they really nerfed was Potemkin because everyone was fucking pissed off about it.
And
I'm
he's
like, you guys
still
are all
good.
fuckers.
And he's
You guys
still
are all
good.
fuckers. He's still really fun to play.
Fuck you, Potemkin.
in Street Fighter V, I remember during the beta, Nash actually has a 50-50 like in the corner. So
I remember that 50-50.
What you would do is you wait till somebody's back was in the corner, and then you basically hit your teleport, like the overhead teleport. It would either hit in front of them or behind them. And there was like they just had to guess. They just had to guess.
Oh yeah, I remember Nash could straight up just blank them. Once he got V triggered.
Yep. And I
That's
missed
some
that
bullshit.
stuff. Yeah, and also they
I
man,
miss that stuff.
they cut off his low forward, man. That was so good. That like that's literally how people won Evo that year. That's how LA Joe, made it to top 4. I think it was top 4. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to that. What are your thoughts on Tekken 8? I gotta know. As someone who loves Tekken.
So with Tekken 8, it's from what I've looked at it, and because I've seen like the teaser trailer enough times, the game looks absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing I can't like. That's something that everyone else has said, and I'm just going to, echo that sentiment because that game just looks incredible from what we've seen, especially like the story mode cutscenes. That's something that Tekken need. That was the best part of Tekken 7's story mode.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to be honest with you, like those kind of moments.
Crazy shit at the end with like Heihachi versus Akuma and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that crazy
fuck,
shit was
yeah,
awesome.
we're doing this.
Yeah, they were doing that. And when
You just didn't know it.
when I broke down like the actual moves and like the properties they had within the trailer, because there's certain things like Kazuya's down forward 3-2-1. That move where you saw his bicep just fucking just expand,
Explode. Yeah.
3 sizes
Saw
that
the
day.
veins. Yeah.
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 And like I saw the hits, like, wow, it's gonna give that kind of knockdown now. So, then the gears in my head start turning. But this looks like the screw system's coming back, which is great because that's great for like Paul and King mains such as myself, because that system helped out those characters so much.
Actual wall travel.
Yeah, actual wall travel, being able to end your combos in your best moves, your most damaging moves. Shining Wizard for King and Death Fist for Paul.
That's gonna be rough, man.
The one thing I am going to warn everyone about Tekken 8 is that because it's not going to get the like arcade run where they're going to be like, all right, how busted did we actually make this game and how much do we have to tone it down? We're going to be stuck with, truly day one on release Tekken, which is a first for the series. Soul Calibur like abandoned their arcade runs after 2. And then Soul Calibur 3 was just incredibly busted and they couldn't fix it back in the day. Now we're in an age of luxury where things can be fixed, like in a relatively timely manner, but still. That's just
we might have to deal with some
that's
Brian Hatchet Kick launch in action for a bit.
Yeah, we're going to have to deal with something like that because the Tekken developers have some crazy ideas. They're like, let's do this just to be different.
If they make every character Leroy, no character.
If they make every character Leroy, then they really have to like kind of double down on like what makes Tekken Tekken, and it being a movement based game, because that's how you can kind of mitigate a lot of that stuff, is just having the footwork necessary to just get around all that stuff. Tekken 7, like the moving around, it's not created equal for every character.
Nope.
It's not created equal for every character.
Right.
But looking at everything, looks like Hell Sweep's got a new animation. Like they've rebuilt the game from the ground up. They're not using the old assets that they used to have for so long.
No more front butt.
Yeah, no more. Yeah, like people who don't know, the Hell Sweep animation has been used since Tekken 1.
Damn, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally contort his entire torso, and like when he's doing the hell sweep, like his body's like facing this way, like his head's facing this way, and his butt and his legs are facing
Yeah,
this
it's
way.
like a robot.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
His entire body's just contorting and breaking when he does it. It's fantastic.
The move, thankfully, the move is fast enough that you don't really notice the front butt, but you can still kind of see the front butt.
Yeah, but let's just make it slower. This is a good excuse to make it slower, so we can really take in that animation, you know?
But that move still needs to be unseeable, though. That move has to be unseeable.
Does it?
It
Does it?
As playing the game long enough, and even like breaking down Kazuya to its like absolute core, like it is part of that. It is part of that, famous 50-50 vortex that he has that you can invalidate completely by just sidewalking to the left. But that's the whole thing with Tekken. It's like if you play it as a 2D game, there's a lot of things, but when you play it as a 3D game, like it's a world of like almost infinite possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially if you're a female character.
Especially if you're a female character with them tinier hitboxes, not all combos work on you. It's
unless you're Master Raven.
I hate that
yeah.
shit.
But,
thick.
yeah, Master Raven stick. Yeah.
Too thick.
But yeah, I'm actually incredibly excited for Tekken 8, and I'm going to agree with you, Backlog, on something you said earlier, is that because it's being developed on specifically for next gen hardware, like its look and fidelity is going to help it in the long run as far as its longevity. The only thing that will really hold it back if it's online is not up to par. But I think because everyone else is doing it, like Bamco knows they can't afford not to. I mean, they caved on Dragon Ball Fighters. They caved on that.
We broke them.
Yeah, they finally broke them. And that didn't stop anyone from playing it online. You could always find people online on Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Ball Fighters was that popular.
Because it's Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it is because it's Dragon Ball.
Who cares if there's 6 frames of delay? I'm playing some fucking Dragon Ball.
I'll play Gohan.
That 6 frames of delay, Dragon Rush is just the most powerful thing ever. That game is beginner friendly. But
yo, August, did you have anything you wanted to mention? Speedrun in 8 minutes. You got it.
Yeah. So, demos. Also an awesome week for demos in our set for TDS. The Wulong demo was out. It's being put out, I think right now this week. That's the new, I guess it's like a Souls-like from Team Ninja. It looks awesome. Go check that out. I think that's on PS4, PS5, maybe Xbox 2. I wish it were on PC, but we can't help ourselves from data mining, so we don't get nice things anymore. Other than that, yeah, I mean, put yourself in for that SF5 beta. That starts
6.
Bro.
Oh, bro, my bad.
I only play the 6 beta. Or the 5 beta.
Flashbacks to 2016.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean that's coming out. I think that starts on either it starts on October 25th or it goes to October 25th. I can't remember. So put yourself in there for that. There's links out there for that. If you're looking. Other than that, a bunch of new shit's coming out. All the Square Enix shit is finally moving over to PC. So we're getting Octopath 2 eventually. Octopath 1's going to Switch. Triangle Strategy's going to PC. Octopath 2 was also announced for PC, I think.
Damn.
PC eating good.
PC is eating good.
Thank God.
Good.
We're
Finally.
being recognized as an actual,
As the master race.
viable
Finally.
business strategy.
We're getting both of the Judgment games. I forgot to mention that. So we're getting
that was
Lost
like I
Judgment.
was shocked by that one. I was shocked by that. So
Super shocked.
Sega's doing good right now too. They haven't fucked up yet. So
Doing
good on
by
Sega.
PC.
We just need Ultimate Showdown.
They're just one pachinko machine away. It's fine.
Yeah, we did.
Like a Dragon Eason is coming over to the United States.
Finally.
First time it's been English localized. I don't even remember when that game came out. Was it like 360 era? Like,
it was PS3 era, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the
been a
PS3.
while.
It's PS3, yeah.
So it's getting remastered
Japan
and
only.
released in
Yeah.
this country, which is gonna be really.
So we're
sick.
getting the best version of it.
Yeah.
That works.
Hopefully.
So yeah,
It could just not work.
I mean, all the other remasters have been good.
So
Yeah,
US
you're right.
samurai themed Yakuza game, that's gonna be awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think we're gonna get its sequel too, but that's the first one we're getting. Of course, Yakuza 8 was teased, or not. No, they changed the title. It's not gonna be Like a Dragon. I think they're dropping the Yakuza title.
I mean, you can't be connected to Kiryu and Majima forever.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true.
I
Time to
want to
grow up.
embrace that new protagonist.
Ichiban's good.
Ichiban
Ichiban's
is
a
good.
good,
Ichiban is
good
good.
protagonist.
Here you escape the retirement home and rendezvous with us.
Man,
I mean,
yeah.
I guess.
I wish those games weren't so long.
Those games are also RPGs, so and RPGs are naturally
yeah.
long.
JRPGs are the longest of games.
I just don't like how okay, so what turns me off to those games is how much I want to play them, but also how much I know I would need a walkthrough to be able to play them.
I'd watch you stream Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7. I think that'd be a fun stream for you because you already like RPGs. So
I just
there'd be a lot of them.
I just don't like I don't want to have a walkthrough on me while I'm looking at it while I'm streaming.
Dude, you like games enough. I think you'd figure it out. I think you'd have a lot of fun playing those.
But there's so much stuff like timing stuff. There like timing during the day that you could miss. Like, and then if you miss it, and then people are gonna comment in the chat like, "Oh, you missed this thing on the 14th that you should have got. That's really important." Anyway,
just have fun.
You stupid idiot. Last Tuesday, you could have gotten the...
It's not as bad as Shenmue, but no, those games.
Not as bad. Not as bad as Shenmue.
have you seen any
but yeah.
sailors?
So we're getting Yakuza games and the spin-off Judgment games in the West. We're getting Like a Dragon Eason. That's super fucking sick. What else is coming out? A bunch more shit. I can't even remember. Oh yeah, finally getting that Crisis Core remaster. That's coming out on PC also.
I'm actually excited for that.
I'll just say this: the new Team Ninja game Ronin looks pretty sick.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video for that, but I wanted to. It's on my list.
It looks pretty damn cool.
It looks pretty
Dude,
cool.
I would
looks
give
pretty
Team Ninja all my money if I could. Holy
A Ghost of Tsushima side grade.
everything they make is like, yeah, I'd play that. Yeah, I'd play that.
Yeah, I'd play that. Yeah.
Did you see the like Wanted Dead? That fucking like zombie Resident Evil Team Ninja game? That looks dope as fuck too.
Oh, I
You-
didn't
you
hear that.
You're just like cops in Taiwan that use samurai swords to fight zombies. And, like
That's
the game.
so yeah. 'Cause that's so awesome.
That sounds
Yeah,
dope.
You're
I
just
fuck
one
with that
bikini
shit.
away from Sengen Kagura.
Oh man.
But you're like this like hard boiled like female cop who like smokes and shit. It sounds awesome.
That sounds that sounds okay.
That sounds modern enough.
That sounds
Yeah.
thirst.
It
To me.
does. Whoa, thirst. Hey, calm
Yeah.
down.
It's not thirst, bro. It's not. It's just
She's a
Resident
bad
Evil.
bitch.
Yeah.
Don't worry
She
about
uses
it.
the katana and kills zombies. It's great. But yeah, no, Team Ninja shit is awesome. I love that shit. I'm gonna play that when that comes out. I'm gonna play almost all of their games when they come out. We're getting that. We're getting a new Fatal Frame. Since Blackwater sold better than anyone expected it to, especially because everyone who plays Fatal Frame thinks it's the worst of the Fatal
Ghost
Frame.
titties.
We're getting another Fatal Frame. So yeah,
I'm just happy that
Wait,
Fatal Frame gets a chance to continue, and like not.
We're getting a new one?
Yeah.
we're getting I think Blackwater is 5, so now we're getting 4. And then if 4 does well again, they might go all the way down to the ones that people actually like. So yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant a new one. Not
Oh.
like,
No, we're getting
not like a
remasters of the old ones.
remaster.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
getting
yeah.
remasters of
Yeah,
the old
okay.
ones.
Yeah,
So
I saw we're getting the old one.
Yeah, Blackwater is a remaster of 5, which sold really well, even though traditional fans of the series don't like it. So we're getting 4, which people like slightly more.
Master of the Lunar Eclipse.
And yes, 1, 2, and 3, which are everyone's favorite. I think 2 is supposedly the perennial favorite, but like 1 and 3 are also really well liked. Hopefully, if 4 does well, we'll get those. We'll get remasters of those as well.
They're all really fun games.
Yeah,
like even the bad ones are still just a fun game.
Yeah,
with like
I like
unique
that genre
mechanics.
I really love that genre of horror, and I'm kind of sad because I never owned a traditional system to be able to play them. So I'm looking real forward to trying them out. I'm even thinking about getting Blackwater when it goes on sale when the new one comes out, because I'm sure it will be on sale when the new one comes out. So yeah.
Well, I always thought the coolest part about Fatal Frame is that you have to literally like face the monsters.
Yeah.
You can't just always run away because you actually have ways to combat them, and so you have to be like, oh, this is what's chasing me. Wow, that's spooky.
Yo, Quintessence. Where can people find you?
Oh, I'm kicking it over at twitch.tv/QuintessenceHD, playing a lot of Tekken 7 and a little bit of Last Epoch lately.
Last Epoch.
Fun.
What is that? I've never heard of it.
It's an action RPG. It's kind of in the vein of Path of Exile, but they actually don't like snub quality of life changes, so it has like a lot of like deterministic things that you can do to improve your character rather than full RNG.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. You see those Diablo 4 leaks yet?
No, I didn't.
Oh, there's some new ones today.
When is the next time you're streaming? Do you know?
Next time I'm streaming, it should be Tuesday.
All right, man.
Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Yo, Breezels, where can people find you?
All right, you can find me on Twitter at BreezelsMcCheese. You'll just see like me posting like whatever thoughts I want to like add to the fighting game community, or I'm just posting dope ass art that I find on there, because Twitter art is something to be cherished sometimes. Also, sometimes you just gotta hide your kids and hide your wife, because some of that shit's very degenerate.
Yes,
and it might end up on your Twitter feed if you follow me.
Yeah, especially if you're
wow, Breezels.
Especially if you're a famous NBA coach.
Absolutely.
What?
There was an NBA coach this week that got in hot water for liking some porn tweets.
Ooh, saucy.
We probably didn't know that when you like something and you're verified, everyone else can see what you like.
Oh man.
And you guys can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv.com. Yeah, twitch.tv/BreezelsMcCheezels.
Hey.
And you'll see me play Tekken 7 and run a very bullshit, non-professional, quote-unquote podcast. That goes on every Wednesday around 3. This week is going to be a different time, but I stream whenever I have the energy to,
What's your podcast called, Breezels?
It's called the Breeze and Chalk Podcast. Right now, it's the Breeze and Chalk without Chalk podcast.
It's just the Breeze podcast.
Sabbatical.
Oh, the Breezecast. Nice.
It is a Breezecast.
Yeah, man. Like I said before, you should post those. I know you're holding on to those podcasts, but you should really post them somewhere so people can listen to them, man. I really think, if you want to start building an audience, I think you should just start now. Why not?
Yeah, you're right. I've just been very lazy about it. The last couple of ones have been absolutely fucking fire. So
yeah. Well, I mean, hey, hopefully, we see those from you soon, and let me know when you do wind up posting them up. Yo, August, where can people find you, man?
Same back time, same back channel. Just assisting in the ways I can with the Backlog podcast. Digging into minds for news and research, as well as sometimes I pop up on Backlog stream as well, just to hold it down while he's talking to you Tekken heads.
Yeah, man. So yeah, this is definitely something that we're going to try to start to do more of. We want to have more people on the podcast on a regular basis to talk about things and kind of have it be like a little bit more open and a little more community based. and just just kind of not be so strict about always what we're gonna be talking about. But yeah, guys, this has been actually forgot to almost mention, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're on TikTok, and I think that's really all that's important. But other than that, guys, this has been the Backlog Podcast.
I have one more announcement. Tomorrow we're continuing Kamen Rider Geeks and Kamen Rider Club. It's been great so far.
Yeah, and unfortunately that won't be streamed because we got we got banned. Oh, not banned, but like
you got your stream taken down.
Yeah, we got the stream. We got the stream taken down for what reason we all don't know. But yeah, TikTok apparently couldn't handle us. I think it's because it was saying they should go to Twitch, so they're like, oh. We gotta stop this because Twitch apparently is very stingy about bringing people over to. I'm sorry, TikTok is very stingy about bringing people over to other websites. But other than that, guys, it's been the Backlog.
But if you got time, 6 p.m. Eastern, Kamen Rider Club.
Yeah, in the Backlog
also
Discord, guys.
Toei Spider-Man. It's always fun. He uses a gun sometimes. Who knows?
Yeah, and a giant mech where he only throws a sword.
And he has a robot.
He has a spider car.
Yeah, that too, where he also has bullets and guns on it. But other than that, guys, this has been the Backlog Podcast number 32. We will see you soon. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Later.
Bye-bye.